Coming up on Fulton Today, Fulton County in 2013. How will county leaders address efforts at the State House to potentially downsize Fulton government? We'll have a report. Meanwhile, how will your tax dollars be allocated for services this year? From Grady to the Justice Center, we'll have the breakdown. There's so much more to get to as we look ahead to 2013 on Fulton Today, next.
From the Government Center in downtown Atlanta, you're watching Fulton Today with Shania Chavis.
Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis, and Happy New Year. A new year brings with it a new set of challenges for Fulton County government and also a host of new initiatives. We are looking ahead at this new year, and we begin with what county leaders believe will be another push to try to downsize Fulton County government at the Georgia State Legislature. Now, Fulton's legislative officer, William Ali Ligon, he joins us now with a look at the county's legislative agenda for 2013. Sir, welcome back to Fulton Today.
Hi, Shania. Thanks for having me.
All right, so first things first, sir, let's talk about what your team will be dealing with as the session begins later this month. Let's start with those governance issues and the efforts by some to, as I said, downsize Fulton County government.
The 2013 state legislative session is going to be an interesting one. As you know, the leadership of the Fulton County delegation has changed. Both the Senate delegation and the House delegation are led by Republicans. Much of what we're going to see in 2013 may seem familiar. The Georgia legislature operates on a biennial basis, and so legislation that was not passed last year has to be reintroduced for 2013. We expect in the area of governance to see some bills calling for the recreation of Milton County, some bills which limit the scope of services that Fulton County can provide, and some bills directed at limiting the powers of the commissioners, such as last year, the bill that would have limited the power of the commissioners to appoint the North Fulton members of the MARTA board.
And now let's switch to health care. What will we be watching and working on?
We are certainly supportive of legislation that strengthens Grady Hospital. As you know, Grady is a safety net hospital in Fulton County, and many Fulton County residents depend upon it. We want to see Grady remain strong and viable. To this end, there are three major items on our agenda. The first is the continuation of the provider fee. This is a fee that's collected based on net hospital patient revenue from hospitals in the state, and then redistributed, if you will, to hospitals based on the amount of service they provide to Medicaid patients. Grady is a recipient of these funds to the tune of about $10 million a year. So we very much want to see the provider fee continue. Secondly, we're looking at the Affordable Care Act, specifically the DSH payments, payments for disproportionate share hospitals. These are hospitals like Grady that provide a disproportionate share of services to Medicaid patients.
And finally, sir, let's talk about MARTA and that regional transportation legislation.
We believe that a healthy and viable MARTA is essential to the well-being of Fulton County and its residents. And going forward in 2013, we'll be looking at a couple of things. With respect to MARTA, we'll be looking at permanent removal of the 50-50 restriction on sale tax revenue to allow MARTA the flexibility it needs to optimize its operations. We'll also be looking for other opportunities to increase MARTA funding and to give MARTA the operational freedom it needs to maximize its opportunities for success.
And Ollie, we always like to get your final thoughts.
There's no doubt that Fulton County is a very diverse county, but I'm not certain that the differences are as great as always portrayed. I think that 81-year-old senior in Alpharetta and that 81-year-old senior in College Park have more in common than we give them credit for. So I'm hopeful as we move forward in 2013 that the divergent parts of the county, that our commissioners and our Fulton County delegation will work together for the best interests of all residents in Fulton County, and I believe that's doable.
As always, well put. Thank you very much, sir, for your time, and please keep us posted on what happens this session.
Thanks for having me.
Now, what happens at the Georgia legislature could significantly impact Fulton County's bottom line long term. Meanwhile, the county's 2013 budget is expected to look a little leaner than years past. The county's finance team has been updating the board for the past several months on the outlook for this year. As in previous years, the majority of the general fund dollars will be expended to the justice system area. That includes the sheriff's office and jail and state, probate, juvenile, and superior courts, the district attorney's office, the marshal's office, the medical examiner's office, and the child attorney's office. Now, the justice allocation in 2012 was over $228 million. Fulton also supports the Grady system along with DeKalb County. Fulton's allocation in 2012 to Grady was over $68 million. Over $100 million was budgeted for the county's other health and human services agencies last year, and over $179 million was allocated for the county's internal service departments. The CFO says Fulton must cut its bottom line in 2013.
The tentative budget is put out there, so in early January, we're going to have public hearings. The budget could be vetted. The bottom line in the last 16 years, no matter what's been in the tentative budget, we haven't taken any actions, whatever's been in the tentative budget, until the final budget is passed.
By state law, the county budget must be adopted by January 31st. To get a complete look at the 2013 financial plan, log on to the county's website at fultoncountyga.gov. Fulton County residents will be introduced to a host of new leaders in their county government this year. FGTV's Annalise Baker has this story. Annalise?
Shania, 2012 saw a changing of the guard in some of Fulton's top executive positions, and as we go into 2013, those key positions still need to be filled, including the position at the top.
Our county manager has been offered a position of Chief Operational Officer of DeKalb County, and certainly will be wishing him much success in that new endeavor. And we are also very, very pleased to announce that David Ware, who is our current county attorney, will be serving as interim county manager effective
It was during
January
the first meeting in December that Fulton County residents and employees were officially informed that a new interim county manager had been named. However, the search for a new county manager is just one of a few top executive positions that are vacant.
We feel that we're going to be able to attract some top talent to the vacancies that are currently open within our county, the county manager position, the library position, there's some other positions, arts and culture, et cetera. So we're going to be employing an executive search firm. We'll be making selections.
In addition to the county manager's position, Fulton officials have a number of new leaders in 2013. Some include the following positions: Deputy County Manager, Personnel Director, Director of Human Services and Housing and Community Development, and Director of Registrations and Elections.
Let me assure the public that even though we have some vacancies at the top from an administrative standpoint, the county manager, and some department heads, rest assured that your government, our government, is going to be working efficiently and diligently during this process.
Now, the Fulton County workforce consists of some 5,000 employees, many of whom have served the public for at least 10 years. And with this type of experience and institutional knowledge of day-to-day operations, the board does feel confident that county residents are still in good hands during this transition in leadership. Reporting from the Government Center in downtown Atlanta, I'm Annalise Baker for FGTV.
All right, thank you very much, Annalise. Meanwhile, Fulton's Justice Partners hope to implement this year some of the recommendations that their court task force made last fall. After spending months discussing ways to cut costs yet improve court operations, the task force came up with ideas on how to do both. The group had been trying to determine how to best address the needs of the state and superior court given dwindling county revenues. The task force chair detailed the plan at a public unveiling.
We were trying to bring more efficiency to the court. That'll help the judges move their cases along. That'll make it more economic. It'll be more cost effective for the taxpayers. We also tried to find a way to make the courts more user-friendly for the public.
The task force believes that the merging of some court functions is an idea that was long overdue.
Although we are all judges, we've operated singularly and not collectively. And this takes us out of our individual silos as judges, takes us out of our individual silos as courts, and gives us the opportunity to collaborate and work with each other.
While some of the recommendations will need county approval, others will need to be addressed by the legislature this session. State and Superior Court officials will discuss and implement the remaining recommendations this year. To see the full report, log on to georgiacourts.gov/Fulton Task Force. Up next, your county commissioner's comment about 2013, and later, the opening of the Oak Hill Child's Adolescent and Family Center. Stay with us.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Fulton County Commissioners are ready for a productive new year. Hear from them now in this special district by district coverage.
As I look ahead to 2013, I certainly want to offer all of our citizens, first, strong fiscal government, the hope that we will provide the best quality services and have best-of-class operations and services and programs for the citizens of Fulton County. And on an individual level, I certainly want to wish everyone just great health, success, and prosperity, peace, and harmony. We all live in a wonderful county, very diverse, the best county in the state of Georgia, and I just wish everyone a great 2013.
Hello, this is Commissioner Emma Ione Darnell, a member of the Fulton County Board of Commissioners representing District 5, the Mighty Five. It is indeed a privilege and an honor to share with you as we close out this year and move into another year. A year of community, a year of commitment, a year of challenge. Facing the rising sun, the poet said, of a new day begun. Wishing the best for you and for your family.
District 7 has become one of the most populous districts in Fulton County. And even though we're in times of recession, low employment, no employment, we are showing signs of reclaiming what we used to have in the district. Signs like increased permitting for single-family housing and other housing developments. Signs of increased people looking to come toward Fulton, South Fulton County to make it their home. We're very, very excited about what we're doing. We're also excited about the fact that the people in South Fulton will do whatever they can to maintain their quality of life, even if it means to raise their property value or their millage rates, even if it means that they're assured of having the quality of life that they pay for and receive. We're excited about a lot of things that are happening. The Wolf Creek Amphitheater continues to grow and prosper. The South Fulton Arts Center, the Performing Arts Center, continues to grow and prosper. The new libraries that are coming to South Fulton County. We're just excited about all the new development. And as a result of all this, we have instituted an economic development department strictly for South Fulton County. And they are doing wonderful things and invoking good programs that assure us that our tax base will expand in the future. We're excited about South Fulton because we know good things happen where we live.
And Happy New Year to you, Commissioners. And still to come, details of a plan to turn the old South Fulton Service Center into a new health center. Stay with us.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Portions of the following segment are part of the Fulton County Common Ground Initiative. Common Ground, the county's comprehensive solution to the problem of health disparities in the community.
Well, the much anticipated opening of the Oak Hill Child, Adolescent, and Family Center is here. Clients are now being served at the newly renovated facility for everything from their behavioral health needs to primary care. Dr. Patrice Harris has been overseeing this major project for the county. She is the Director of Health Services. Doctor, welcome back to Fulton today.
Hello, Shania. It's great to be back.
All right, now, Doctor, we know, but explain for everybody else exactly what Oak Hill is.
Well, currently, we've had services at the Oak Hill campus for many years, but the services were just behavioral health services. A few of our human services offices were located there for a short period of time, but many areas of the campus were not used. So currently, the services that were at Oak Hill were the behavioral health services and a few administrative offices from human services.
And this facility has had a long history in our county, including at one time being an orphanage, right?
In fact, we had the pleasure of meeting several of the now grown-ups who lived at that facility. Now, certainly when they were living at the facility, it was because there had been troubles in their families. But these folks met online on Facebook, and they got together. They knew what we were doing, the renovation and so forth at Oak Hill, and they came over to visit. And I will tell you, it was a very emotional visit. And many of them, despite the circumstances as to why they were living at the facility, they had fond memories of that facility.
And now let's talk specifically about the services at Oak Hill.
We are going to be using the best practice and the best evidence to put into place services that really impact the youth and their families in Fulton County. We're going to focus on prevention. We know that prevention and early intervention are key in making sure that our youth stay focused, stay in school, and go on to succeed after graduation. The four main areas of focus will be childhood obesity and the prevention of childhood obesity. Youth employment, we know that it's very important to ensure and to assist our youth in becoming employed so that they are productive citizens and don't end up in the criminal justice system.
And Doctor, though the doors are open for clients, you're still planning an official grand opening for the public, yes?
Yes, well, I think one of the great days in our upcoming year will be the day we have the official ribbon cutting for Fulton County. We have big plans in store. We have some big surprises in store, so I'll leave that as a tease to the audience. But we will be having a ribbon cutting for this facility in February.
And of course, your final thoughts.
I want to say Oak Hill is very important, but it's really a continuation of our work in the delivery of integrated care in this county. The data is clear that coordinated and collaborative care leads to better outcomes and in some cases leads to reduced costs. And so this is all a part of our new approach to delivering services. We want to reduce health disparities overall. That's a long-term goal, but in the meantime, increasing access to care. Moving from a focus only on intervention and treatment to a focus on prevention is really key. And so we've been doing that throughout this effort on our integrated care delivery system, and Oak Hill is the next phase of that.
Well, Dr. Harris, thank you very much and congratulations to your entire team.
Goodbye, Shania, and thank you so much for having me.
Now, the Oak Hill Child, Adolescent, and Family Center is located at 2799 Metropolitan Parkway in Southwest Fulton. The phone number is 404-762-4111. The official grand opening will be February 1st. There are plans this year to begin construction on another health center. The South Fulton Service Center will be converted into the county's 4th integrated care facility. Like the North Fulton Service Center, the building on Stonewall Tell in South County will provide a host of health and human services. The plan calls for continued service from the Tax Commissioner's office and the first ever public access television studio for Fulton producers.
Due to the nature of the construction, the whole building will be closed. Actually, we'll have trailers for some of the functions that can be located in trailers. Some of the functions have to be located off-site, like the tax commissioner. Working with the different agencies, the health and wellness, and also Housing and Human Services, and all the affected tenants in that building. This will definitely be a tremendous project. A lot of details to be worked out, but I think at the end of the day, when we finish this project, I think it'll be another statement in terms of the commitment by the Board of Commissioners in terms of improving the services into that section of the community.
The other full-service facilities are the North Fulton Service Center, the Neighborhood Union Center, and Adamsville Regional Health Center. Officials hope to have the South Fulton Service Center open by summer 2013. And 2013 will prove to be a busy year for Housing and Human Services. The department is developing nearly 200 units of new housing. On the drawing board, a project to develop 150 rental apartments for seniors in Union City. Also, the department is renovating a 24-unit apartment complex it has acquired. Those apartments will be inhabited by families who are helped through the Neighborhood Stabilization Program. And there are new regulations from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development Agency, HUD, regarding funds to assist the homeless. HHS Deputy Director Mike Rowicki explains just how that'll work.
The new regulations from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development are causing the three jurisdictions, which are the City of Atlanta, DeKalb County, and Fulton County, to form a new structure which will govern about $12 million worth of federal grants that are coming to this area to assist in meeting homeless needs and providing services which are direct services, food, shelter, specific beds, which will either be emergency beds, transitional beds, or permanent housing beds.
Rowicki says HHS also will continue to hold its popular housing information sessions across the county. The topics range from renters' rights and responsibilities to home ownership to housing rehabilitation. You can contact Housing and Human Services with any question on any housing subject. That number, 404-613-7944. You can also find him online at fultoncountyga.gov under Departments and Agencies. And up next, big changes on tap for the county's libraries and recreational facilities. Find out who's getting what when we come back.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Residents on both ends of the county will see construction begin on new libraries in their communities. Some signs have already gone up, showcasing the property where the new branches will be built. In 2008, voters approved a $275 million bond referendum to fund the library master plan. That plan calls for 8 new libraries and the expansion of 2 others. Construction crews have started preparing the sewer system surrounding the new Wolf Creek branch. The East Roswell and Palmetto branches will follow.
We're looking to have the modern technology, some things we don't have in our current libraries, like tablets for public use as well as for staff use.
The library system will continue with innovative programs in 2013, including a special series in the first quarter thanks to the Big Read grant funding.
This is a community-wide reading program where the community, many parts of the community are collaborating with us. We're partnering with the Fulton County schools as well as the Fulton County Senior Centers and the book clubs throughout Fulton County to make this the best program ever.
All of the library's events and news will be posted on the website. Residents can even follow the progress of the new branches via the web. The renovation of some recreational facilities has already started. Crews have begun working on upgrades, including the workout room at Welcome All and football fields at various parks, and there's much more to come.
We've got some plans for a soccer complex that could be a part of our Wolf Creek development as well, and so there are a lot of pending things on the table that we think are going to really make some strong improvements for South Fulton Parks and Recreation.
Plans are also in the works for upgrades to the South Fulton Tennis Center.
We are looking in 2013 to renovate the facility, to really bring it up to par and make sure that all the tennis courts are in good shape, refresh the tennis center as well. We'll be looking at programming options for the tennis center.
In addition to improving the infrastructure of some of the parks, staff will be adding new programs like possibly Zumba. And finally, staff will be taking a harder stance on the enforcement of park policies, including trash violators. And finally, we take a look at what's on tap for the arts and culture community for 2013. The major project will be the new Aviation Cultural and Community Center located on Fulton Industrial Boulevard at Brownfield. The center has been in the works for over 11 years and is funded by $5 million of federal stimulus money, along with an exhibit honoring the service of the Tuskegee Airmen. The center will also have programs for county youth, seniors, and the arts community.
It's actually going to be pretty neat because it's going to be shaped like an airplane. Down one corridor will be a multi-purpose room, and down the other corridor there will be a series of rooms where people can go in and become involved with music endeavors or art or dance.
Planning is also underway for more dynamic stage plays at county theaters in 2013. And of course, an exciting music lineup for the Wolf Creek Amphitheater will soon be announced. To stay in the loop of all things entertainment in Fulton County, visit the Arts and Culture website and the Wolf Creek website. And before we go, we want to let you know that this year we want to hear from you about the stories and programs right here on FGTV. Go to our website to take a survey, or you can email or call us. The number 404-612-8317. The email address is fgtv.feedback@fultoncountyga.gov. You can also follow us on twitter.com/FGTV, friend us on Facebook, and watch us on YouTube. Well, that does it for this special New Year's edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis. Thank you for joining us. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County. Happy New Year, everybody.